Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining me for today's or this week's forecast of 2013. And we're going to start off the day by looking at the Euro USD Forex market. So, as you can see, this is the big daily time frame. We have a big weekly zone just above us here, and you can kind of see that we've had our money bounce on this zone down here, and so we're looking to push higher is my overall perspective of things. So that's kind of what we're looking at as far as the daily goes. Now, looking at the smaller 240-minute time frame, we can kind of see a little bit of a different picture, but basically the same type of deal. We're refusing to break this zone down here on the 240-minute. Obviously, smaller risk on the 240-minute, and looks like we're pushing higher. So that's really what I'm looking at on the euro. Now let's go talk about the U.S. markets, and with the ES or the S&P 500 being our main chart here, we can see a nice weekly zone that we have just been bouncing on, and this zone is actually from 2007, so it's a very old thing, but you can see how we just came up there and kissed it on the daily chart, and it looks very, very pretty and how that worked out for us. So can kind of see that we created a new area of resistance there, but we've broken through, so we now are inside this weekly zone in a major way, and just looking for price action to confirm the downwards move out of this big weekly supply zone. And if we look at it on the 240 minute, you can really tell how well and how accurately we actually got that level of resistance right there at 1522. Just barely came up there and kissed that level. If we actually look at it on freestockcharts.com, it is actually pretty amazing. So I'm sure most of you probably have that link from previous videos or webinars. We always share that link in our weekly webinars, so please check out that if you have not done so yet. That's what we're looking at. We can also see what the daily zones are just with this big shaded in area, and the 240 or the 4-hour chart is what the 240 minute is equivalent to. Just below that on like the lower 3/4 of that daily zone. So we can actually see that we've created a new zone up here at 1511 down to 1508 and have bounced off that several times. So kind of doing one of these range motions back and forth, knowing that the weekly zone was there as well as the 240 minute was there. So very cool. The daily doesn't really show that as well as the 240 minute does, but very obvious for us, especially when you're using APAZone. So let's look over at crude. And on crude, we can really see the levels very, very nicely. Obviously, we've just had a contact rollover on the crude futures, and you can see how we're bouncing back and forth in between the two daily time frames. And that is 96.11 down to 94.95, as well as 97.52 up to 98.15 is the area that we're looking at there. And again, looking at the 4-hour time frame or the 240 minute, we're going to pick up more resolution, and we're going to see smaller areas, but it looks the exact same type of deal. We're refusing to break the low. Now we're looking to retest the high as of Tuesday. So that's what we're looking to see. Like, let's see us get back up into this range over here. So that is where we're going to be going on crude, and I guess you could say if I have a bias of anything, we're just looking to move up to the next supply zone and retest that supply zone that has been hit so many times, and you can see how that the bottom of that 4-hour supply zone has just been a real good area of resistance time in and time out again. So very cool to see the zones working yet again. Hope that helps everybody, and may the trend be with you.